The best ball carrier moves in college football 25, guys. College football 25 is wide open. It's a wide open game. And I want to go through some of the best ways to get wide open plays or just big plays in general. And to do this, I'm going to show you the best ball carrier moves in the game. Ball carrier moves every year. There's always a couple that are really good. And in this game, there are a ton that are really good. So I don't really worry about the playbook. I'm just going to show you kind of how I'm going to use them. And I'm just going to run some stretches here. So Donovan Edwards, in my opinion, the best back in the game. But basically, the main thing you want to be doing is you want to, and unlike in Madden, you want to be holding turbo for these moves. So what you're going to do is you're going to run, hold turbo, and then you're just going to juke inside or juke outside. That is super, super good. And I'll show it to you this side here. Just get a little more space, get him out. Juke inside. Oftentimes that juke will be so like wide, he'll take a much wider juke. The other thing that I would say is when you're juking, like really exaggerate, like even bring your left joystick back across. It makes it so that these jukes are better. It makes it so you cover more space. Which is super good, and for some reason I can't juke anybody in practice mode, but essentially like the juke is the best move that I've seen. The spin is still there. There you see, that's kind of what we're gonna get. See how he's super exaggerating that juke. Now, if I do that without holding turbo, you're going to see that it's more of a sidestep kind of cut juke. Not very effective for what we want to do. What we want to do is we want to get out here, juke super far inside, super far outside. That's the idea. So the juke move is probably my favorite way to do this. Now, there is another one that I want to go over. And also, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, it's free. And I post a ton of tips. We post 3 videos a day here on this channel to help people get better at college football. So if you want to get all that content, make sure that you're subscribed. And then I do have ebooks on my school website, which is school.com/Cody Ballard. Already got day 1 ebooks out. Super good. But anyways, you see how good this juke is. The juke is really good. Okay, so the juke is good. The other thing that's really good is the spin. So you're going to hold right trigger, and you got to get your momentum going a little bit more than I did right there. But this spin move is maybe just as good as the juke, if not better. So you see how I cut. There's so much ground when you do that. Now the key to the spin move is the same key to the juke move, and that is to hold the trigger. So we want to hold the trigger when we're doing this, and we really want to exaggerate kind of that rotation of our left joystick. From my perspective, I think it really helps. But as you see, it's really good and really helpful for like the situations like that where you kind of get pinned at the line of scrimmage. You can use that spin move to get out. And there you see, and you can also string these moves together. So, like, let's say one thing that I think is really good is you would spin and then immediately juke outside. So you'd spin inside and then juke outside. I think that's one of the best ways to utilize these like combo moves. So you see here, let's see if I can get it, juke or spin inside, and then I was going to juke outside. So obviously you're not going to break every tackle, but this is going to consistently, like in the open field, this is going to get you a broken tackle. Okay, but these 2 moves, in my opinion, are the best. As you see, look at that juke move. That turned like a 5-yard loss into a huge gain. Another thing that's going to happen in college football 25 is it has to do with like ball carrier momentum is what I think. But basically with like ball carrier momentum, you're going to break a lot of tackles just because. So that's another reason why you don't have to overdo it with the moves. Like just one juke, and then you see how his momentum is going to carry him for 5 yards. Really good. Running the ball, if you guys aren't catching up what I'm saying here, running the ball is really good, and you can do this with quarterbacks too. Milrow, Orgy, these quarterbacks, you could do this with these guys, and really, really good. So pretty simple, but I just wanted to drop a video on the best ball carry moves in Madden just so that you can start making people miss, because I do think this is one of the best methods to do that, using these spins, using these jukes, and then normally what you want to do is do this in the open field. Now, one other thing I forgot to mention, not every player can do these jukes and spins, okay? So you're looking for high agility, high spin move, high juke move to have somebody that can do this. But when you have players that can do these juke moves, especially like wide receivers, it really helps them in the open field. Like really, really helps them in the open field. So, and then if you don't want to hold like turbo while you're at the line behind the line, there you see. I mean, that was almost a crazy run. If you don't want to hold turbo behind the line of scrimmage, be my guess. Like let's say like right here, I'm running stretch left. I'm not going to hold turbo. And then when I get out here, once I get in the open space, then I'm going to hold turbo. But from what I've seen, the turbo jukes, the turbo spins are pretty much consensus to being the best ball carrier moves in this game. So I wanted to drop a little tip video for you guys on them and why they are so good.